Hey, this is Demi from demzwordz, and today I am going to be talking in this video. I actually had another video earlier, a couple of minutes ago, and I figured I'd continue. And in this particular one, I'm going to be talking about why older women like to date younger men. Now, I actually didn't even write anything down for this, and I'm pretty much going off the top of my head when it comes to this. And this is, like I says, I am not a dating expert, relationship specialist, none of that crap. So this is not considered medical advice whatsoever. This is just my opinion based on my personal experience as an older woman that dates a lot of younger men. And one of the reasons that I didn't realize it right away. I was married and had a terrible marriage. No, I was married really young, and it was terrible. And I think it definitely did traumatize me. And so I've had commitment issues. So, yeah, I think that when I date someone, I am not necessarily, there's a part of me that wants a relationship. There's a part of me that wants it, but there's a part of me that does not want it, right? And so, and I'm sure there'll be therapists and stuff like that who'll be like, oh, you got, I don't know, heal and deal with this and whatever. And I'm not saying, because I have done a lot of work, a lot of stuff. I'm always self-analyzing myself. That is just my personality. And so I'm always like, and I'm reading about different things and trying to figure out like what was my motivation for doing that. So I do recognize that there is a certain part of me that dates younger men, maybe trying to avoid being in a serious long-term commitment, right? So that might be a reason. May not be a good reason, but that might be a reason, right? Where some older women are just not looking for a commitment, right? They don't, people always assume that women want to be in a committed relationship. And I think that there's some older women who are independent, that they've learned they can live their life, they can pay their own bills, live their own life. They don't have to answer to anyone. They've done so much in their life on their own that they don't feel like they need a man, let's say to save them because they've been saving themselves pretty much their whole lives. So, and like for me, I just want companionship. I just want someone to have a good time with. I want sex. I want, and I like men, like I don't like, people like man haters, whatever. I like men. I like men. I like going out with them. Just on the side note, my astrology, I'm a Gemini, but I also am Gemini Venus. So I like variety. I like to be stimulated, mentally stimulated. So yeah, and believe it or not, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. That could be one reason, right? There could be one reason where, older women who are independent and recognize that they don't need a man to complete them, and they just want male companionship. And so, younger men are, an option, right? Now, someone could say, well, yeah, they can, but you can also get that with an older man. And that's true. And like I said before, I go on the dating apps and I don't have, like, I'm not saying that I would not date an older man. I've dated older men. I've dated men my age. But I think another thing that people need to understand also is that older men are usually chasing younger women. So maybe they're not matching with me on the dating app. So maybe this is what, if we're getting the attention, first of all, I don't chase a man. So if I'm getting the attention from a younger man, then that's who I'm going to talk to, you know? And then it's interesting because recently I was in LA. I moved to South Florida, and I didn't initially start dating when I moved back to Florida. You know, I was getting my stuff, my life together or whatnot, and I just didn't feel like it. Didn't feel like dating, right? You know, and so I decided, oh, let me go on a dating app and blah blah blah, and you know, like I said, I put the range for whatever, and you know, there's some men who are older my age or closer to my age, right? And because I think they were still younger, but like, you know, maybe in the 40s or something like that. One might have been like 38, almost like, maybe, I don't know, I don't remember. I actually don't focus on the age, so that is the real thing, you know. When I'm looking at it, I'm actually reading your profile. I'm trying to see, okay, where are you located? Are you close enough so we can actually have, you know, a relationship? And I am thinking intentionally about having a committed relationship. So the 2 or 3 older men that I had contacted me, that we matched and we were starting to talk, were married. Married. Oh, is that okay with you? No, no, it's not okay with me. No, no, it's not. So, you know, I'm like, let me stick with my younger men that I know are not married. You know, I'd rather have a casual relationship with the young guy that's not married than get into a long committed relationship with the older guy that is married. That's for sure. So, getting back to the topic, that is another thing. Sometimes older men have baggage. You know, some people may say, oh, you have baggage. I don't got no baggage. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't go into detail about, you know, my life or whatever, but I've been divorced for a very long time. I'm over it. I'm happy. you know? you know? So I don't come with any drama, you know? And so I feel that's what I want, you know? That's what I'm looking for in the person that I date. I want someone who doesn't have a lot of baggage, who is drama free, and our main goal is about let's date, let's meet up, let's go away, let's travel, let's do something fun, you know? I want to enjoy my life. And I'm looking for someone who's looking to do the same. So sometimes that's a little bit harder to do with an older man who may be divorced or dealing with alimony or child support. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, like, my thing is, I'm not against dating a man who has children, who has, it would be ideal for me to have a long-term relationship with someone who is divorced and has children and, you know, but got their shit together and there's no drama, not a problem, you know. But, you know, I don't know if it's just bad luck. The last 3 people that I had, you know, interacted with who were closer to my age turned out to be married. So that wasn't ideal for me. I feel like when I was in LA, a lot of the older people that I wind up matching with were in open relationships, open marriages. Again, not interested. I'm personally not interested. I'm not judging anybody, and if someone wants to do that, that's great. You know, for you and them. But that's not what I'm looking for. So yeah, so those are some of the reasons why I feel that we like to date younger men. Obviously, I'm attracted to younger men. You know, I like men that go to the gym. You know, I don't think it's obvious. You know, maybe later on I'll show you or whatever. But I'm not a skinny woman. I consider myself a BBW, plus sized. You know, and so, you know, but I still go to the gym. You know, that could be like a whole nother kind of thing. I still go to the gym, I work out and things like that. I try to keep fit and healthy, and more for even like health purposes now that I'm 50, and you know, there's certain health issues in my family. I'm trying to be preventative on that. I have no intention and no desire to be skinny. But you know, like I says, the but my preference actually is men who work out and are fit. And before anyone says anything, I have no problems finding that. No problems finding fit, healthy, athletic men who like, you know, curvy women. Let's put it that way. So, but yeah. So that is, you know, and I think that's one of those things where, you know, I don't know if, you know, not all younger men are fit or healthy either, because I see plenty that are not, and I'm not interested in them. But for me, that's my preference, and it's just easier for me to find it. Like sometimes I wish that they were just a little bit older, to be frank. You know, like I said, I dated the 25-year-old, and I think that was too young for me. And I really and the reason why I'm saying too young is that he didn't have enough life experience. I still want a man who has, you know, a little bit more life experience, a little bit more sexual experience also. That comes with time, and it's not and it was, you know, I could probably have another video about that, but I may not do that, you know. But I'm just saying, like, it did come up to become, it wind up being a problem, you know. So I was in a long-term relationship with someone who was maybe about, I don't know if he was 11, 12 years younger than me. And he had a lot of experience. He had a lot of life experience, a lot of dating experience. We were actually a great match, you know. And, you know, conversations, going out, eating, traveling, you know, we still love. I still talk to him every so often. And, you know, we just got really along. And so, that's the main important thing. I think that sometimes we don't need to focus on age, and we have to just focus on the individual human being that we're involved with and see how compatible we really are. You know, it doesn't matter whether the person is 20 years older than you. I really do think though, there's a certain point as we get older that age doesn't matter, and it's really about compatibility. And, you know, do you like the same things? Do you like to do the same things? And, you know, when you find that in a person, it's rare. I don't, you know, like you go on these dating apps and you're swiping, you know, and you're talking to people, and when you feel, you know, it's not only about a connection and the spark, even though that I do find that to be really important, but it's very rare to feel that with everyone. So like for me, when I feel that spark, when I feel that connection, when I feel like we have that flowing conversation, I pay attention, and I do put in effort. And I hope, you know, I'm paying attention to see if the other person is putting the effort, because I know at my age that it's rare. Maybe the 25-year-old or the 30-year-old or whatever may not recognize that it's rare yet. But once they get to an older age and the more they date, they're going to start realizing, oh, this was actually one of my best relationships. This was one of the best times I had in my life, you know, with this person, you know. So that is them's words for you, because I think for a lot of people, when we find that connection with someone, we really need to be more focused on the person and not on their age, because you know, maybe that's what the whole term like soulmate comes from, right? It's like it's not about your age, it's about that connection. So anyway, I would love to hear from you. you know, younger men out there that's dated the older women out there. I didn't really list a whole lot, like I said. So I may have to do a whole nother video on this, you know, when I actually sit down and really think about it. But I would love to hear from you, any ideas, comments, and, you know, my goal is to put out a lot more videos on this. I'm hoping to get, it was funny because I actually did order like a microphone, and I wasn't planning to even do this on this laptop. But I had it, and I decided that I was going to do it this week. So I apologize for the fuzziness of this video. And, you know, if the audio is not good, but I plan to get it better, you know, and I would love to hear from you. Bye.